You are looking live at Unbraided Brewing Company in Hialeah, Florida. It is time for Bash at the Brew 15, a Friday night edition. Blake Chadwick alongside Dan Evans. Dan, tonight, 3 championships to be decided, and of course, our massive women's championship main event inside a 15-foot high steel cage.
I cannot wait for that steel cage match. I saw the cage earlier. It's painted beautifully black. It is unforgiving steel. Marina Tucker, I think she's finally going to get her comeuppance. Kylan King, I think she walks out with the belt still held high.
Marina Tucker looking for yet another women's championship run here in Coastal Championship Wrestling. Kylan King's been sitting on top of the mountain since the beginning of 2022. They've been at each other's throats ever since. Something has to give here tonight. And of course, Dan, also the CCW debut of Fuego del Sol as he battles Alan S2S Martinez in what should be a blockbuster cruiserweight title bout.
It's going to be a great one. I don't know if Martinez has what it takes to hold off Del Sol and defend that title. We're going to find out tonight.
The attitude of S2S has certainly turned in recent months. Will he be able to keep that momentum moving here tonight against Fuego del Sol? But Dan, without further ado, let's sit back, fasten our seatbelt tight, and hold on for this wild ride that's Bash at the Brew 15.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening bout of Bash at the Brew 15 live at Unbraided Brewing Company in Hialeah, Florida is scheduled for one fall, only 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, she stands at a real 6 feet 2 inches tall. She is the matriarch of mayhem, Sawyer.
Sawyer Wreck making her CCW in-ring debut. We saw her up in Ocala briefly, but this will be the first time we get to see her in action. And look at the size of her. She stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, looks to be in tremendous condition. Looks to have a bit of an attitude. And quite the entrance, but she'll have her hands full of her opponent as Blake Chadwick gets to the introductions.
And her opponent, Helen, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. She is the Brazilian Wonder Woman. Please welcome Christi Jaynes.
Christi Jaynes, the Brazilian Wonder Woman, challenging Sawyer Rex. It's going to be a real test for Christi Jaynes. She's had a lot of success here at CCW, and there she is. Blake, I do believe this will be Christi Jaynes' toughest challenge to date here at Coastal Championship Wrestling.
The Brazilian Wonder Woman officially back here at Coastal Championship Wrestling. Can't stop to take a second look at that one.
That wait was for me.
That was a little ridiculous, Dan, but nonetheless, Christi Jaynes back in a CCW ring, taking on the real 6 feet 2 inches tall of Sawyer Wreck. She certainly looks to wreck the competition here tonight. Sawyer Wreck coming in, one of the largest women we've ever seen in CCW. She towers over the champion, Kylan King.
She does indeed. She's got her by at least a couple of inches. There's Christi Jaynes, though. And Christi Jaynes, she stands about 5'7", 5'8". But again, Rex just towers over her.
Jaynes certainly has the experience advantage in this one, but we shall see how it plays out against Sawyer Wreck, the first of 9 matches on our card tonight. Once again, Dan, 3 titles to be decided, bookended by 2 women's matches here tonight.
Jaynes having some fun with Amy Veronica.
As the bell sounds, we are officially underway here. Bash at the Brew 15 Friday night edition. And you can certainly see the height of Sawyer Wreck towering over Christi Jaynes. Jaynes does have several years more of experience, but we'll see if the physical tools of Sawyer Wreck can take advantage, and they are in the early going.
Well, certainly right out of the gate, she just ran right into a brick wall. Jaynes is going down, now trying to collect her thoughts. Uh-oh.
The proverbial gloves are off, Dan.
They are indeed. Let's see if that's the right strategy, though, Blake.
I'm not sure if Christi Jaynes wants to go toe-to-toe with Sawyer Wreck, but we shall see. And once again, Sawyer Wreck utilizing her size advantage and taking Christi Jaynes down right to the canvas.
Nice counter by Jaynes on the hip toss, rolls through.
As Jaynes now sent to the outside, and Sawyer Wreck once again looking to remain in control, and Christi Jaynes now creating a semblance of separation here between her and Wreck. Jaynes in the high red district. She's going for it all, Dan. Trying to pin a combination off the top.
Well, nicely done by Jaynes. I think she had the right strategy. She's got to use her speed and agility, try and stay away from...
And look at Sawyer Wreck with this unorthodox brawling type technique here, Dan.
I was about to say she's got to stay away from her. And just as those words were uttered, she got a hold of her.
And Wreck essentially launching Christi Jaynes across the ring here.
Just muscling her over with that suplex.
Oh, this is certainly not a position that Christi Jaynes wants to be in. And she might have lost a tooth right there as her face meets the canvas at a rapid rate. And Sawyer Wreck, very impressive here. I do believe, Dan, this is her CCW debut.
In-ring debut. We saw her briefly up in Ocala, but this is the first time we've seen her in action, and she has been impressive so far. Oh man, a Shevitz, Blake. That was one big heavy-duty knife edge chop.
We're here down in deep Miami, Dan. That might reverberate all the way to Cuba. And Wreck goes for it again, instead connects right on the jaw.
Boy, the crowd not loving Wreck here. Jaynes certainly a fan favorite here in Hialeah.
And Christi Jaynes certainly has taken on a variety of different competitors here in CCW, from the likes of Marina Tucker all the way to Jamie Lynn Senegal. There's a front slam by Sawyer Wreck, but it's not enough to put Jaynes away.
Wreck all over Jaynes.
And she's gonna put Jaynes here in the near side corner, right on that top buckle. And Jaynes might be trying to put Wreck to sleep. Leaps right on her back.
She doesn't have it applied properly, though.
And Wreck once again,
right over.
You see Sawyer Wreck have the power and strength, but Christi Jaynes trying to utilize her resourcefulness here. Jaynes chopping down the tree of Sawyer Wreck. And she calls that the Neo from Rio.
Well, the Neo from Rio certainly connected. And Wreck now is staggered a bit. Jaynes on the attack, nicely done.
And Christi Jaynes might be looking to turn the corner here, Dan, starting to build some momentum. And the Brazilian Wonder Woman, a Neo from Rio, right between the eyes right there, too. And Sawyer Wreck somehow hangs on.
Well, she got that chin up at the last second. She didn't get the full connection with that knee. Otherwise, it would have been lights out. Jaynes now really needs to go after her and stay on her and try and put her away while she can. And again, just as I say that, Tyler Wreck just firing back.
And I don't think
having no effect.
I don't think Christi Jaynes wants to exchange blows with Sawyer Wreck here. As Jaynes caught in a bad position out of the corner. She's in a chicken wing here, Dan. And Sawyer Wreck gonna try to turn her inside out and dumps her right down. 1, 2, and somehow Jaynes stays alive in our opening bout here at Bash of the Brew 15.
Blake, I thought that was it. Nicely done, side slam. Jaynes, she's got to figure something out that's going to work against the size and strength of Sawyer Wreck. Nice reversal with Sawyer Wreck right back.
Reverses
Jaynes
course
into the corner.
right here to the near side. And Sawyer Wreck once again colliding with Christi Jaynes. And Sawyer Wreck here might be starting to think about how she wants to finish off the Brazilian Wonder Woman. Charges right in, but unfortunately, Jaynes sidesteps and Sawyer Wreck meets the post. And now the Brazilian Wonder Woman has Sawyer Wreck staggered. There's a pinning combination that's going to do it.
Beautifully done. She got that roll up.
Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christi Jaynes.
She got that roll up, then continued rolling and went into a bridge, all that weight, and she actually used Sawyer Wreck's size against her. She was completely folded in half, Blake.
impressive in-ring debut there for Sawyer Wreck, but once again, the Brazilian Wonder Woman finding a way to get the victory.
She certainly did. Experience won out in this one, but Sawyer Wreck is going to be one individual that's going to have to be reckoned with in the women's division here at Coastal Championship Wrestling. She's not going anywhere.
Do you want to be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
I'm smarter than the average bear.